Okay, peak of the week Wednesday, looking at a quiet evening, and we are now live, so back up and running again. Apologies for the scheduled switches going on when people take time off. I have to fill in at various points in time, so I'm not on during the evenings. I'm on at various other points in time. So back on the regular schedule for tonight, as Chip Chapman is on back on his regular schedule. So again, keeping an eye on what's going on with the weather out there. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Onick. And let me introduce myself. For those of you who have not tuned in a while, this is Weather Overtime. This is our online video weather blog where you get to ask questions about what's going on with the weather, and we keep you updated about what's going on across much of the area when it comes to both local weather and weather international. Coming up, we'll take a look at that heat dome out west, which is slowly kind of leaning this way. Not looking at record-breaking temperatures, but not looking at cool temperatures either anytime soon. The tropics are also semi-active. We'll talk about that coming up in just a little bit, and we'll have your forecast for the rest of the week, so stay tuned for more on that. Let's take a look at some of the webcams out there. Just past sunsets, looking again at dusk around the area. A bit of a spider hanging out on the camera lens from downtown Chattanooga. Lookout Mountain off there in the distance. Some pretty good sunset pictures for tonight. Also looking again at the area around with a few clouds and some showers trying to keep going in some locations. So we do see again the potential of some activity out there. That's Venus, by the way, that you're looking at, that bright light up around the horizon, and kind of difficult to see on this webcam, but if you have a pair of binoculars, go look, because Mars is like right next door to this. So a good opportunity to see both those. Hopefully we can zoom the camera in coming up a little bit later on, but a very nice sky show taking place in some of the area, and some lightning off in the distance as we have some thunderstorms all the way over by Huntsville that we're taking a look at the cloud tops there, so a nice view in and around the area. I saw some crepuscular rays around the area of Island Cove Marina and Resort. Those clouds have now moved off to the east. If you want to see that picture, take a look at my social media pages. You'll be able to see what that shot looked like earlier on. And all these cameras, again, courtesy of our sponsor, the EPB Fiber Optics WeatherCam Network. Downtown Chattanooga, just above my head by a couple stories. What's left of sunset looking off to the northwest, and again, a beautiful semi-cloud-free evening out there. And our final stop from the 2475 junction. Very light traffic, everything moving along quite nicely at the area around the CHI Memorial Stadium. Camera for tonight. Very quiet. Good news on travel for tonight out there. It's still very toasty with temperatures back into the lower to mid 80s, and humidity has really gone upward, so we have seen a little bit more in the way of kind of sultry conditions out there. At the very least, we're able to see the lights up on top of Lookout or Signal Mountain, so we are seeing again at least a little bit better visibility than we saw in the last few weeks when all that wildfire smoke from Canada made its way down across the evening. But a very nice night there. We do have a couple of showers and some thunderstorms taking place, again, mainly back over to the west of the News 12 viewing area, right around Huntsville. Starting to see a bit of a flare up there if these survive. And again, these are pulse type thunderstorms to where they develop, drift, collapse, start a new round of thunderstorms, and that's pretty much what we have here. We had that earlier round there, and then round two started up right in the wake of that first area of storms. Now, whether or not this makes its way into western DeKalb and Jackson counties in the News 12 viewing area in northeast Alabama, that's going to be iffy now that the daytime heating has gone away. It's possible. It's just not likely at this time. Few showers trying to keep going right around I-59 on either side of the Georgia-Alabama state line, moving into western Georgia, but doubtful we're going to be seeing too much of anything out of this. We have, again, a lot more activity going on west of us, but that is where the sunshine has been for a longer period of time. A lot darker sooner on this side of the country than it is back into the central time zone. So it's a good possibility that most of this will just flatten out and disappear in the next couple of hours once that daytime heating has boiled off and the sun is no longer cooking the lower portions of the atmosphere. Much more activity going on into areas south of us, Jackson, Mississippi, down toward Mobile, south of around Montgomery, and just to the northeast of Birmingham. We've got a lot more activity going on well back to our north into parts of Missouri and back around Fort Scott, Kansas, picking up some thunderstorms there. Some severe thunderstorm warnings around the Missouri-Kansas state line, and also back around southeast of Jefferson City, back around Rolla, where we also have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect well back on up to our north into and around that area south of I-70, back toward Kansas City in that general location. Let's take a look and see a foggy view from one of our viewers from Nantahala. Hope I'm saying that correctly. I'm still learning the names here, even though I've been here for about a year. Adele Parker, a foggy view from Otter Creek Road. Thank you very much for that. Our West Shore Home weather window picture of the day for midweek on Wednesday. If you got any pictures to share, let's see them. Pictures at WDEF.com, or drop into the comments section of our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram pages. We'd love to see what you're seeing out there, but we can't show them to everybody unless you send them in, so please do so. We'd love to be able to see a little bit more about that. Almanac page for the day, relatively close to where we should be for this time of the year. We hit our high temperature spot on there. We were about 5 degrees cooler, although it didn't seem like it, early this morning back in the mid-60s, and nothing in the way of rain today officially. We're just behind for the month and about 1.25 inches behind for the year, so we could definitely do with some more rain. And according to the 7-day forecast, we're going to be getting that in the next several days. We'll talk more about that coming up here in just a little bit. Heading out to chase the golf ball around. Earlier will be better rather than later. Better chances of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, although not great chances. Isolated to scattered activity for the most part. And the big thing for tomorrow is going to be temperatures close to 90 degrees, and then looking at heat index numbers pushing the triple digits with the extra humidity in the air. So be prepared for a hot, sultry day coming up tomorrow if you're going to be doing anything out there, chasing the ball around the golf course, going fishing, going hiking, whatever it is you're doing. Again, it's going to be very steamy out there, but watch out for those afternoon thunderstorms. And remember, when thunder roars, go indoors. Let's all be safe out there as we go throughout the rest of the summer season across the area. We continue again to see some fairly warm temperatures. Again, numbers back in the lower to mid 80s. Mid-Tennessee and mid-Mississippi river valleys, the warmest right before 10 o'clock Eastern time for tonight. Let's take a look and see what's going on. Again, we've got the high pressure down to our south, which is going to be giving us more moisture heading up from the Gulf of Mexico. High pressure off the east coast is slowing down the storm systems once again. High pressure north of us around the Great Lakes is not doing much of anything to really speed these systems along that you see back out to the west of us. So what we're getting is pretty well common garden variety showers and thunderstorms popping up, which can happen with high pressure depending on how thick the high pressure is, the conditions underneath that ridge of high pressure, things like that. But for right now, we've still got plenty of storm systems that are going to be slowly making their way through the area coming up over the next several days, and for that matter, weeks, if the pattern holds. We'll talk more about that in the extended forecast coming up here in just a few minutes, so stick around for that. For tonight into tomorrow morning, low temperatures not that low, lower to mid 70s, partly cloudy to mostly clear skies tomorrow. Back into the lower to mid 90s. If we get enough sunshine tomorrow, that's going to be the really hot portion of the day. Chances of showers and thunderstorms, again, off and on like we saw today. Now by midnight, the models a little while ago, we did manage to have a tail of thunderstorms coming down to move into the area by Friday morning. That looks like the computer has now paused that a little bit, so it starts forming north of us as we go into Friday, and then better chances of showers and thunderstorms as we go toward Friday afternoon and evening. And then we start into the weekend with temperatures early Saturday morning only in the mid to upper 70s, which means our high temperatures, let me back this up just a minute. Again, not doing too bad, but it looks like we may see some temperatures pretty well on the hot side. We get enough sunshine on Saturday. we could easily be back into around the lower 90s. But low temperatures Saturday morning, upper 60s, which is going to be about as good as it gets for now, because just seeing that warm, moist air sticking around much of the area. Severe weather chances not seen for us tonight. We may see again the potential of some generic thunderstorms out there, but that's going to be about all. The main severe weather threat back to Missouri and parts of Kansas out there for right now. Jeff Peterson, it's interesting cave story. Not too sure. I haven't been around that area too much, but that would be kind of cool to take a look at. And yes, it feels a lot like Tampa Bay. My wife has relatives down around Sarasota, around Siesta Key, and I'm assuming that it feels a lot like that right now. Thanks for checking in for this evening. Severe weather chances tonight, again, well to our northwest. We will see the potential of some thunderstorms becoming strong to severe as we go into and around Thursday. For right now, again, that's mainly during the afternoon and evening, and the primary threat outside of damaging winds will be the potential of maybe some heavy localized rainfall that could lead to some flash flooding. The ground is still basically saturated, so runoff will contribute to the possibility of some flooding out there. So remember that particular phrase: turn around, don't drown, find another way to get to where you're going. Never, ever, ever drive through water-covered roadways. It's one of the last mistakes you may ever make. Severe weather chances for Friday not being seen at this time. Generic thunderstorms for most of the eastern third of the country. Severe weather back into the mid-south and mainly back up to around southern Kansas and extreme northern Oklahoma for Friday. And for right now, it looks like the main thing we're going to be seeing for the weekend is just the possibility of generic thunderstorms. The 4 to 8 day outlook from the Storm Prediction Center is not showing anything at this time in the way of potential. Just predictability at this time is too low at this point to see anything right there. All right, let's go ahead and jump real quick into our 7-day forecast, which does include, again, if you remember what the conditions were like a few weeks ago, very warm, very humid during the day, not that cool at night, and chances of showers and thunderstorms of some form or fashion. Better chances coming up Saturday, Friday late, Saturday, Sunday. Smaller chances for Tuesday and Wednesday, and then more increased chance of thunderstorms coming up as we go toward Wednesday. We also notice as we go throughout the next several days, toward the beginning of next week, those are the temperatures that we're going to be seeing out there. And again, this is still several days in advance because this could vary either direction in the next few days. We've been watching very carefully what's going on out west. This area, again, when you have a lot of high pressure and it kind of traps the heat at the surface from Southern California all the way back over to the Oklahoma area, we've been looking at way above normal temperatures, triple-digit numbers for days on end. Now, this is just what we're seeing in the temperatures for today in the last about maybe a couple of hours. As we go through the animations, you're going to notice that all this red and purple starts moving a little further to the east and starts winding up a little closer to us, not exactly on top of us. The 100 degrees plus, again, from Southern California, now spreading into Missouri, back into Arkansas and Louisiana. So it starts leaning our direction, so it's kind of like standing next to the stove instead of holding your hand right over the heat source. It's going to be toasty. It's not going to be record-breaking. It's not going to be huge amounts of heat, but it is going to be much warmer as this heat gets a little closer to the News 12 viewing area. So we'll be expecting temperatures to be rather on the hot side out there. And once again, with these numbers, we're not exactly showing anything in the way of huge amounts of heat out there. Again, we'd have to go to the triple digits to start breaking numbers and start breaking records. But as of right now, again, hot is hot is hot, and it's going to be feeling very steamy out there. Athletic practices, anything in the way of marching band practice I know is going on very soon. 2-a-days coming up. Anything in the way of outdoor camps, summer camps still in full swing, vacation Bible school, whatever you've got going on outside, you're going to have to worry about, or to be concerned with, I shouldn't say worry about, but everybody should be prepared for the heat and humidity coming back our way and the potential of showers and thunderstorms moving back into the picture as we go into the rest of the forecast. So for right now, That's the main thing we're going to be looking at. And again, so far this is decently quiet. No major systems giving us severe weather, but please keep it tuned to News 12, especially at our website, wdef.com/weather. We'd love to be able to keep you updated there as well, so stay tuned for more on that location. Let's take a quick trip out to the tropics. Again, for the next couple of days, not that much going on in the Gulf and the Caribbean, and that's very good news. We do have one area of concern well out into the mid-Atlantic, the east coast of the United States, well over here, back toward the Iberian Peninsula here, and right on over into mid-ocean. We've got this disorganized mess of rain and clouds and thunderstorms. It's an area of investigation. It's a little bit stronger than just the area that we saw earlier. When it earns an invest title, that's again where the Hurricane Center really starts paying attention to things. So it has the code Invest 94L. Again, right along the longitude lines of 94 degrees west, or into that area if I'm not mistaken. And again, winds are just below tropical storm status. Here's the thing that's going to be going on with this one. There are two things happening. Number one, this system is over some fairly warm areas of the Atlantic for now. But as we put this into motion over the next several days, the spaghetti models start taking this in a sharp turn northward to some much cooler water. These systems need warmer water to keep going. And right now, this, unless it survives its turn back to the north, that extreme left turn, and comes back around again, this one doesn't really appear to be a major concern for right now. So some definite good moves on that. But here's the other thing we're looking at for right now. The waters in and around the Caribbean and the Gulf, these are unheard of hot temperatures for water. Some temperatures off of Orlando and in parts of the Keys have been 90 to 95 degrees. Now, there's nothing really happening right now, but if something were to come along, if wind shear was again a little bit lighter, and if it was a conducive spot to develop something with all those factors going on, this would be a terrible area to have that happen because of all that warm water taking place. Expectations from some environmental agencies seeing the potential of a very large coral bleaching effect thanks to these way over normal waters. We just started the season about roughly, give or take, a month and a half ago. We shouldn't be seeing temperatures like this until late August, early September. So this is really, really, really bad news for the oceans and for the creatures that live in it, the corals, and if any storms happen to form over this area, that's rocket fuel to those type storms that form in the ocean. So if anything starts forming in this area, and you've got plans to go to the Gulf Coast, down to the Caribbean, the Keys, Florida, East Coast, anything like that, I would watch this area very, very carefully, because we are looking at some very not good conditions out there when it comes to the potential of weather safety. This is really going to have to be monitored, because we could see storms like last year's Ian and different storms again that form over these waters where the temperatures are really warm can blast off very quickly with very short notice. It's called IR, intensive rapid development on things like that. So that's something that we're going to be seeing in there right now. 94 degrees. I think I may have gotten that wrong. Thank you, Jeff Peterson. Have to go back and check on that. I knew what the derivation was on that, but my foggy memory from having gotten up several mornings in a row. Apologies to anybody out there. If you work the morning shift or you're a morning person, I get it. I understand it. I'm glad of that for you, but I am just not a morning person. I never have been, so I'm a little foggy at this point in time. The other good news that we have when it comes to the tropics is that as of right now, we have a lot of dust coming in from off of Africa, and this acts as a filter for the sunlight and keeps areas like right between, say, the Leeward Islands and the west coast of Africa. We don't see much going on developing here. We also have a pretty good swirl of clockwise energy, and that is indicative of high pressure, so it's very calm in the Atlantic Ocean, minus Invest 94L. So that is where we're seeing less in the way of activity for now. This comes swirling on through. Some of that dust last week made it up and is still going up into parts of Texas and Louisiana. This, if it's thick enough, might make its way to the eastern United States, and hopefully again continues to block out more of the sun, because we could use that to block out any new storms developing and hopefully keep things relatively quiet for now, because right about now we see again the potential for anything going on, in the near term. But in the long-term area, we could be looking at some more problems once this dust settles down or takes a more northerly or southerly track. So that is, again, something to consider there. Definitely something to watch. So, again, keep your eyes on what may be happening across the area there, and we'll keep you updated on that. All right, one more plea here for tonight. Again, teachers and administrators, the fall semester is coming up. So if you know somebody in the Tennessee River Valley, teacher-wise, who would like to have us come to visit you as a weather expert, then please let us know. Go to our website, wdef.com/weather, for the Food City Weather in the Classroom program. Fill out the form, give us an idea for contact information, and give us some dates and times that might work so we can cross-connect here. Chip Chapman can do things in the afternoon and early afternoon hours after he gets done here. I'm usually good for very early mornings to about lunchtime. Then I have to head into the station to get to work. And of course, meteorologist Todd Heislip also available on different schedules on there. But if you'd like to have us come, you got to make the request. So please go to our website and check out more there for more details on what's going on and to get us into your classroom so we can talk weather, weather safety, and all sorts of other neat and interesting things out there. Like to make certain that all of our viewers from Whitfield County, Georgia, know about this. It's not this week, but next week, Friday, the 21st, 4 to 7 p.m. at Riverbend Park. The Whitfield County Emergency Management Agency is going to be giving away free weather radios. They have 200 weather radios pre-programmed. You don't even have to program them if you don't want to. Free weather radios to Whitfield County residents only. First come, first served for 200 free weather radios. Photo ID is required, so you can't show up from Chattanooga and get one of these things unless you have an ID saying that you live in Whitfield County. But if you do, great opportunity to get a hold of a piece of equipment that could save your life at some point in time. So if you're in Whitfield County, Georgia, next Friday, the 21st, 4 to 7 p.m., Riverbend Park, stop by and pick up with photo ID, stop by and pick up your free weather radio. Amateur radio is something that I like to talk about. And I got my license back in 2000 from the Delta Amateur Radio Club in Bartlett, Tennessee. There's going to be another opportunity to learn more about amateur radio. The McMinn County Radio Club, Amateur Radio Club, will be holding their 19th annual Ham Fest at Athens Regional Park in Athens, Tennessee, this coming Saturday, the 15th, from 7 in the morning to 12:30 in the afternoon. Again, they're going to have great opportunities. The $5 admission ticket includes a ticket for the door prize that will be given away. There'll be plenty of people you can talk to about getting your license. There will be on-site testing if you would like to take your amateur radio license test there. And again, all you have to do to find out more information is go to McMinnARC.com to find out more about the scheduling, the testing, the location. All that information is on there. And again, this is going to be this weekend. It's not just for the hobbyists who are electricians. It's not for specialists. It's for everybody. And the really cool thing is that the best amateur radio operators take very good care of their equipment, and they pass it on to the next generation when possible. It's a great opportunity, again, to get involved with your community, talking to people around the block or around the world. Also helping out when it comes to severe weather or disasters. Your opportunity to be the voice of somebody out there who might need help in communication. When hurricanes hit and they take out cell phone towers, it's the amateur radio operators who can get into an area and operate remotely to bring health and welfare messages out of a disaster zone and help to keep people informed and get resources to where they are desperately needed. So it's a lot of people that I know, unfortunately, especially at my last station in Memphis, like to make fun of amateur radio operators, saying that not anybody would be interested in this because it's just for old people and it's just for geeks and tweakers of electronics. It's not even close to that. It's a great hobby. Again, getting your kids involved in something like this is a really good opportunity, so please consider doing that. Good opportunity to learn more. I'm going to try to stop by if my schedule allows, but again, that's this Saturday, the 15th, Athens, Tennessee, at the Regional Park, McMinn County Amateur Radio Club. Their 19th annual Ham Fest taking place this weekend, so please stop by, ask some questions, learn more about getting your license, and get involved in a great hobby out there. If you're watching this on Wednesday night and it's about 10:15 right now, you've got about 15 minutes to go out and catch the International Space Station rising in the west-southwest at about 10:32, give or take, in that general area. Again, orbits vary from this information that we get from heavensabove.com. It'll be going from the west-southwest, going just below the North Star, and then going toward the northeast and fading. This is going to be a very long track, 8 minutes or so from rise to set, and very bright along the way. So this should be easy to spot. The only problem is there may be some cloud cover out there, so seeing might be a little difficult, but if you have the opportunity, get out and take a look at that. Again, that'll be coming up just about 10:32 southwest, past the North Star at about 10:36, 10:37, and then fading into the northeast at about 10:40 p.m. And again, that's for Wednesday night. We'll have more on this coming up a little bit later on, so stay tuned for more sightings of the ISS and the International and the Chinese Space Station and many other things out there as well. That'll about do it for tonight. Again, fairly quiet for this evening. More chances of showers and thunderstorms, rumbles of which into the next several days. We'll keep you updated on that. And again, if you have any questions, look us up, wdef.com/weather. Would love to have you around. If you got a story idea, give us a buzz, send it in to us, and let us know what you're seeing or what could make a good story. Our best stories out there come in from you, the viewers. So please let us know what's going on in your area. We'd love to see more about what's happening and find out more about what's going on in your neck of the woods so that we can tell everybody about it. So we can't operate unless you let us know what's going on out there. So if you haven't called something in and you think it would make a good story, email us, drop it to us on social media, give us a phone call, whatever works. We'd love to see more about what you're seeing out there and then hopefully cover it for everybody to see. So please let us know more about what's going on. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Onig. This has been Weather Overtime for Wednesday evening, the 12th of July. Chip Chapman has your forecast bright and early on Thursday morning, so stay tuned for more on that at 5 a.m. Eastern. And of course, more weather information always available at wdef.com/weather.